Welcome back. It's Saturday morning, so that means another Cars and Coffee. The sun's out, but it's only 50 degrees right now, so I think a convertible is out of the question. Today I was thinking of driving my MG GT, the yellow one right here. I'll need to move the 280Z to get the MGC out. These Cars and Coffee events are great because you can spend the morning with friends doing car things, and then you have the entire rest of your day to do other things. Right now the petrol gauge is reading empty, so I stopped at the fuel station getting 91 octane, no ethanol, and it only took 1 gallon. So it looks like over the winter the fuel gauge has decided to not work anymore. We'll see as the fuel level goes down if it starts to work again. I think the MGC GT is the best small car that came out of England. Sure, a Jag would be more comfortable crossing great distances, but this is still going to be a little sportier because it's a smaller car. As you can see right now, I'm doing 60 miles an hour. My RPM is just under 3,000 RPM. If I hit my overdrive, we can kick that down even further. So this car has overdrive in 3rd gear and 4th gear. This particular one has a GPS speedometer, so it's always accurate. The speed is not going to depend on what tires and gear ratio I have. And this car even has cruise control added to it. So I can engage that, hit set. Now it's cruising on its own at 60 miles an hour. This car has enough power going up these hills, just stays right there at 60. I think my Cars and Coffee experience is usually better than most of the people that show up because my drive is typically an hour or more to get to the location, and most of it is on 2-lane empty roads with just me and my car. A lot of people only have a 5 or 10 minute commute across town to get to Cars and Coffee. So I would suggest looking for Cars and Coffees that are a little distance away from you. That way you can also work in a nice drive along with seeing all these new people and cars that you might not usually run into. It looks like there's already a huge turnout. It's not even supposed to start for another 5 minutes. There's still already a lot of people here. First order of business is to get a coffee. It's like we have a neat Land Rover pulling in. Okay, now we can do this correctly. Here's a Chevy C10. This has a Toyota engine in it with a big turbocharger. Actually, 2 big turbochargers. Well, there's something even cooler on this truck. Check this out. Here on the back, the dual exhaust is Hello Kitty. It's 3-inch dual Hello Kitty exhaust. You're not going to see that anywhere else. And we've got My MG Cadillac lowrider. Subaru dressed up like a rally car. And we've got an old Dodge pickup. Another one with an engine swap. Pickup trucks are very popular here in America. There's probably more parts available for old pickups than there are for old cars. Another Chevy rolling in. It's funny to think that these Chevrolets from the 90s are starting to become show trucks. Got a Chevy Bel Air down here. I got a hot rodded Nova, and the paint on this is just amazing. Obviously not an original color, but the paint and body work is very well done on this car.
This is the GM Performance Kit. Motor, tranny, torque converter, everything's all matched.
Found a nice 280Z. Boy, white interior. Be terrible to try to keep that clean. It looks like this guy's doing it. Really nice. Dashboard's not cracked. I like that 5-speed decal. I don't have that for any of my cars. And a factory supercharged Elise. This would be kind of the 3rd generation of Elises. The 2nd generation that ever came to the United States. Here we go. This is what we want to see. An old series Land Rover. If you guys remember Randy, who did the Defender Trophy Challenge with me, this is his new Land Rover. He used to have a Series 3, a blue one that was left-hand drive, looked very similar to mine. He sold it a few years ago, couldn't stand not owning a Land Rover, so he bought this, and this is the first time I'm seeing it. It's got some working lights on it too. This is pretty cool. This is a Mitsubishi Pajero from Japan. It's a right-hand drive.
No, I don't have my hearing aid in.
Even has some kind of Japanese inspection sticker here. Another modern British car, an Ariel Atom. This one has a V8 shoved in there. This is pretty cool, a Chrysler Saratoga. Has a kind of a Plymouth Fury look to it.
So those are the ones.
Now we've got a bunch of used cars flanking this El Camino. There we go, found another Z car. This one's got little flares on it. Wing mirrors. They've changed the 280Z bumper to one that looks more like the 240Z. It looks like they've removed the rear bumper completely. So here's a funny story. When I was a kid, I always wanted a Honda CRX. It was basically the only small car made at the time, and I didn't know any better. You know, when you're a kid, you think anything with dual exhaust is really fast. You think that anything the size of this is a real sports car. It's a really nice Mercury Comet. It even has air conditioning. Then we have an AMC Javelin next to it. Badge says this was a 343 car. That was a lot of fun. I ended up going out with friends to lunch after Cars and Coffee. You never know what you're gonna see and who's going to turn up to a Cars and Coffee event. So I'm going to keep going to them. But if you wanna see more videos like this, comment below and click subscribe.